Okay, so let's start looking from the head. Earlier we talked about if we find it halfway of the head, it's about where your eye is. So if you find the top to the bottom, okay, somewhere about in the middle is your eyes. Okay. Well, before let me go back a step. Most important thing when you're drawing a side view of the head is the top to the bottom of the head equal to the front to the back. Okay, so we're looking at a square here, and then if we find the center of the square, as you can see, it's going to be right where your jawbone begins, which that's very important to know, because what we have, anything in front of the jawbone is your face, anything behind that is your cranium. So if you're drawing like a 3/4 view, and then how much face you see, how much cranium you see, and then if your head slowly turns away, that means you're going to see less of the face, you're going to see more of the cranium. So this line that is going to help divide that, and it's very, very important to see how much mass of face you see, how much cranium you see. You know, for example, if I continue drawing out this, you see if I know where the center mark is, center of the top of the head, about right here. If I take a line over, so you're going to see that's about where the center of the side view, then I'll know here, in front of that is your jawbone. Behind that, I know is my ear, and then I know behind that is your cranium. Like that. So, and the head, the cranium higher on the back, lower in the front. So you can actually divide several planes. This plane, this plane, and this plane, and this plane here, right here, like this. See how these line up? See how the back end line up with the jawbone right here? Okay. One of the most important landmark on the side view, which is the widest part on the side view of the head, is the chin to this corner right here. Okay. So where the top meets the back. So somewhere right here. Okay. The relationship to the chin. That's very important, because when the head tilts up or tilts down, we need to look for that. Okay, that's the widest part. So if the head looking up, for that relationship. If the head looking down, can even be a 3/4 view like this. See? Still need to look for their relationship. Because that's the widest point. So when you draw, so you know the head, the cranium is longer in the back. Like that. So ear is right behind the jawbone right here. The ear should sit up in an angle. Okay, I probably should make it more obvious. Should sit up of an angle like that. Okay. Right above the eye line is your eyebrow. What I do is I dig out eye socket, just like the skeletons, I take an eye socket and I'll put an eyeball inside the eye socket. Right? So let me add a little tone to show you where the side. So here's the side plane. And it comes from like this. And you get this piece called the zygomatic arch. Goes right to the ear. And then what I'll do is then I can draw the eyelid over the eyeball. Just like that. So you really feel the form that fits in really nicely. Okay. The nose, as we know, the nose, at the bottom of the nose is halfway between the eyebrow to the chin. So here's the eyebrow, here's the chin. So somewhere halfway between here, it's going to be where the nose is. The nose is going to be right here. Matter of fact, if you look, it's going to be about where the bottom of the ear. Okay. Mouth, 1/3 between the nose to the chin, right? 1/3, about 1, 2, 3, 1/3, somewhere right here. Okay. But the thing, when you draw mouth, as you can see on the skull, there's the barrel. Okay. And then the lips go over the barrel. So when you draw mouth, you need to make sure you don't just draw. Here's the head, and then here's the head. You don't just draw the eyes and the nose. You don't just start drawing your lips like right against the center line of the head. No, what you need to do, we need to add a barrel, kind of push out like this, and then draw your lips over that barrel. So earlier I said the end of the cranium lines up about with the eye line, and that's when the neck begins. Right here, where the jaw bones meets the bottom of the chin, often you're gonna get a shadows right in here. And what happened is right behind the ear, that neck muscle, sternocleidomastoid muscle, comes straight down right behind the ear, like this. So what we have here, the neck is a tube. It's a tilted tube like this. You can see tilted backward like this. Just like this, the spine shows, you see the neck is tilted to the tube. And then the collarbone is going to be sits flat like this. So what's between the neck and the collarbone with this triangle section right here? You probably can see with this. What this triangle section is right here, that connect the both parts is our trapezius, that triangle muscles. So keep in mind that the front of the neck is low, back of the neck is high. That can be true for side view, three-quarter view. If you look at this view right here, my front of my neck is going to be right here. My back of the neck is going to be right here. Here's the trapezius. Right here's my tube of my neck. And here's my collarbones. So back of neck is high, front of the neck is low.